Hello and welcome back to session something of the Battlegrounds. I think is it 14th multiplayer? I don't know, but it's Pete here because Brad couldn't make it, so you're gonna have me, and I've never recorded anything before, so if there's anything that looks disgusting or any unbalanced sound, I'm sorry. Blame Brad for not turning up. I didn't catch last week, so this is all quite new. It does appear that we already have a battle before the game has actually started. Somewhere in Anatolia between the Sassanids and the Republic of Pontus. Yeah, that looks to be going interestingly. I suspect the public might have this one, maybe. Let's see what the reinforcements like. Just infantry. They might not, depends how the flanking goes there. Other than that, we have this absolutely gigantic war. Oh, let's just focus on the battle. Oh, Sassanids might have this. No, definitely not. Bad call there. So yeah, we have an absolutely massive war going on by the looks, which encompasses basically everybody. France has unconditionally surrendered. Okay, not giving much time to catch up on this, but yeah, we've got basically Africa with Zanzibar, which is Iggy, Pharaohs, Ulm against Sassanids, Andor and Germania. I believe France was full siege at the start of this session, as we can see. It's now been switched over to Andor's sieges, but yeah, so he's now unconditionally surrendered to, I believe it's Andor? No, it's the Sassanids. So he'll be out relatively soon. Didn't anything else going on that I've missed? Any other player wars? Doesn't look to be. So let's see what happens here. Some separatists down there. How many thousands of dead? Oh yes, we like to see this. Nearly 1 million dead on the Pontus side, who are the war lead against Sassanids, and they have 1.14 million dead. Oh, we do love big piles like this. It's a retaking core war. Who are we thinking that's for? It would be the little vassal here of Sassanids. So the war goal is which one is it? This one, because this country seemingly moved quite far. Pontus is sieging that down. Oh, there's that fight going down. No. Pharaohs are sieging up through Andor, and Francia is probably going to have a peace deal slapped on its door quite soon. Yes, what happened? Oh, Normandy was released. Right. 2 of which were not full cores, so they don't even get that. Anything else? It was probably some money as well. Right, back to here. It looks to be maybe a fight brewing down here. Would seem up to it. There's the armies are posturing up. Oh, the girls going for a naval battle. That's questionable. Very questionable. But the real fight here on land is going to be between these two. Relatively even, but Pontus has a little bit of each advantage, and the Sassanids are taking a 2 crossing penalty. So, although the weight of numbers there definitely carried them through. So they'll be back there. Pontus, I think, might be on the ropes. How many loans can they take? They can have up to 41 loans, and they have 15. Well, they've got a bit, but I don't know why they seem to be focusing down there while the pharaohs are up here as well. I feel like they should maybe keep their forces together a little bit more. Otherwise, they're just going to have the Pontus forces get worn down here, and then they're not going to be able to fight this massive Germania stack, which is, I mean, that's not even all of it. There's 200,000 troops there, which, I mean, that's an awful lot. And I suspect they are pretty good troops as well. Let's just take a look. Yeah, decent morale, decent discipline. I think the discipline does better than the Pontus one. Yeah, definitely. And what about pharaohs? A little bit better, but the morale difference there is quite big as well. So if Germania fights pharaohs, that probably will go quite well for Germania. There's a fight going down here. It's just an Andor stack getting, well, I say sniped, but it's been run into. I don't know how many casualties were there, but that's going to retreat off up somewhere into the depths of Germany. Oh no! Oh dear, there's a stack wipe. 16,000 men. I think that's pharaohs murking up, was that noise? He's just taking out loans. Is it a stack wipe? Oh, the artillery, yeah. Yeah, stack wipe. Assassinates sieging up here. Is there anything going down here? Oh, I've probably missed a fight here, haven't I? Ulm is going into the Sassanids from the back. Zanzibar with Iggy there is, I think, just to cover the back there. It's a really interesting war dynamic because you've got Pontus sandwiched between Andor and Germania, and then Sassanids kind of sandwiched between the other two. Like, it would be quite easy to cut one of them off from the other, depending on where things go down. Oh, fight. No, that was just rebels. But that's a wood fort, so it looks like they're going to be posturing to try and take a fight there, I would guess. All the guys are here, so unless there's another, they're probably just waiting on that siege tick, I guess. And then they'll go in after that. 20,000 cannons there, only 15,000 there, so that they will have a cannon advantage, especially considering they've got two stacks going in, and they might have a bunch of infantry on the back row for Germania here. So, but the morale difference at the start was pretty big. Yeah, they've got a few more cannons, but it's not really that much of a difference, and I think that superior discipline there is probably going to win Germania this fight. That and the fact that he's still got 60,000 reinforcements after this. Oh, nah, yeah, I think this one might go to Germania, although the rolls are a bit low, and they do have that -1 terrain penalty. Yeah, those are some nice shock rolls there, but it's probably past the phase. But there's that big fire roll. This might come quite close to the wire, you know. Oh, Germania's lost. Close. And how many casualties are we up to now? That's the spirit. Although I suppose because Frankie is left, we lose casualties on that side. We can't see the true scope of the death. Just seeing if Francia went bankrupt after that, but no, they didn't. That's good. Andorra is at their maximum amount of loans. Makes sense, because they're getting very, very heavily sieged, so realistically they want to do that to prevent them. Because of course as they get occupied they get a lower income, so they can take less and less loans. Although that is a big balance deficit, paying an insane amount on interest. Is he already bankrupt? No. Oh dear. I hope he doesn't actually go bankrupt, because that will very quickly spiral out of control. If he's, well, stays sieged while bankrupt. Although I don't think he will. Oh shit, I've missed a battle in the east. I'm a terrible person. Sassanids has just beaten out the Ulm stacks here. Yeah, I think it's managed to get one of them alone. Either that or it just took it out before the reinforcements could get here. Yeah, there's 12k there, 18k there, of troops that just haven't done anything. Another 10. That is a fair few. And they're now going to try and siege back down here. Do a fight brewing up here, maybe? No. That'll be a little while before it comes in. Germania's got a nice big manpower pool there. Andor's got a small one and is receiving a white peace offer from Pontus here. Will they take that? Probably not, but I suspect that... Was that a stab hit? No. Oh no, that definitely will be a stab hit. They're over 50%. White peace will hurt them badly. How much admin does he have? Not much admin either. Yeah. He's going to start taking those hits, I think. Yep, there we go. Next one, I don't think he can. And there's the final one. I think that will... Yeah, he will be forced to accept that one. Which will put him out of the war, and... I wonder if Germania is going to wipe it out of that, maybe? Because at this point, Germania doesn't really stand to have that much in this one, I don't think. They're still in it. Oh, we got a fight going down here. Just got to work out how to actually use controls there. Ulm has got a big discipline advantage here, but Sassanids does have the morale. Oh, the general difference for the fire phase there, though. 4 in favour of them, of Ulm. That is big difference. With the terrain penalties as well, it's massive. Yeah, big defeat there. So, is Germania going to keep fighting this? He's receiving white peace offers, he does not appear to be taking them. No, he clearly wants to see this to the end then. He reckons he might have something to gain from it. That was not the map I was looking for. We've got a little group here getting killed off. 4k. Oh, we've got another battle going down here. Highlands as well. It's not that bad. Only infantry, no cannons. Although there's a 2 terrain penalty. But yeah, that might be a wipe. No, not quite. What's this they're talking about with Constantinople? Oh, it's a subject of 2 countries. Right. That's interesting. And the diplomat mode makes it look like that as well. Oh, that's some fine coding. I have no idea what is causing that. That might be one to fix in the save file between the weeks. Unless it's gonna cause problems now. Yeah, they both appear to have it as... It looks like a vassal in both sides. Well, Bactria is being called into this war. Right. It escalates. Fresh Bactria with 40,000 men in the bank. 60,000 worth of armies here. Could make a big difference. Oh, Germania is coming into the back here. And all the Pharaoh's troops have moved away, so there's not really much that can be done there. This looks like... Have these guys got stuck because of being exiled, or are they just chilling about, waiting for transport over? So that's what, 60,000 troops? That'd make a difference. Hello, battle time. Oh, no, it's just Soviet Empire troops suiciding? Question mark. I think. Well, maybe they're just trying to see if they could do anything about the fort, but didn't achieve that. Any other wars going on of interest? Not really. The rest of the world looks pretty quiet. So, I wonder if this is going to be one of those really annoying ones that ends with so little actually changing. So I wonder what the strategies are going to be here then. Because if the Bactrian troops arrive, it could give them the ability to start winning some more fights, and if they can, they might be able to push Ulm out of this. I don't know, but it's a huge country that you'd have to siege down to even get them close to being taken out of this war, because they have so many forts really far away. Oh, big fight. Are those reinforcements? Yeah. Are they going to get there in time? Oh, just about. And now, all of a sudden, Ulm could face some problems here. They are taking a terrain penalty. But no, they've got... No, those cannons on the front row. Yeah, they're very much dead. Slightly late on reinforcements there, maybe. And there's 40,000 Pontus troops that could have got there. Well, could have been nearby at least. 12,000 there. Yeah, there's an awful lot. And where are the Pharaoh's troops up to? Because I know these are one of your big powers. Lots of money. Their armies are here. Yeah. Okay, they're just chilling about as small stacks mostly. And then there's these few down in Italy that could be doing so. Or they might just be waiting. I don't actually know. Now, back here. What sort of state are we in, Sassanids? Currently have 7 loans, can take up to 77. Ooh. They're going to be in this for a while. By the looks of it. Have a small wipe there. We could end up with a bit of a World War I type front forming here, with just a very back and forth front over a small number of fortresses. Oh, this could be a fight starting up here. Definitely forces positioning for it. It's got these 10,000 Pharaoh's troops that were black flagged all the way over here. Oh shit, fight down here. Got Ulm going in. They're really just losing morale really quickly. Now there's a rogue cannon on the front row, that might hurt them. Oh crap, they have... Oh no, that might be the Zanzibar troops. I think Ulm has slightly better discipline, but... yeah, they didn't really have the cards. Yeah, Ulm's got 125. It was just showing Zanzibar with 110. But yeah, they've suddenly, now Bactria has got up here, lost the ability to win some of these fights, which, especially considering a lot of the Pharaohs and Pontus forces are over here, is quite a concern. Especially, I think if this fort falls, they might not be able to actually get forces over there, which would be a problem because you're effectively splitting the two brackets apart. Of course, there's transport ships, but it would make it a bit less of a convenience to fight this. We got a siege going down here. They did manage to get it on a mountain fort as well. Rushed in there. I think they barraged that down, I suspect, to make sure they got that. Yours just taking tech. Anyone else? Soviet? Oh, sorry. Oh, Novovoy. What's a Novovoy involved in? Oh, have they declared a separate war on Sassanids? Yes, they have. And it doesn't look like anybody's joined it so far. Bactria, Soviet Empire, Germania. Bactria has joined. I wonder if Germania is going to join or not. Because I think if Germania joined, there's then a decent cause for maybe Courland or Iceland to join. No, because they can't. They have... yeah, they could potentially join that. I wonder if that's what would end up happening. They're just going in and sieging the north of Sassanids there. Oh shit, the big fight going down here on a mountain. Germania's taking a terrain penalty. Both fully committed now, I think. Germania's lost that one. Sorry for not catching that, but slightly distracted by the goings down here. Anybody marshalling up for this? Not by the looks. There's a few stacks moving up. Probably going to try and clear out these guys here, and then... See, I wonder, if I was the Sassanids, I would try and end this war against Pontus as quickly as possible. Because right now, like, yes, you can fight this two-front war, potentially, with the allies you've got, but it's going to really drain you, and you've probably got a lot more to gain by getting out of one of them, and which would have to be the Pontus one, and then using the now freed up time to actually get something from Naopi. Nobody else appeared to join on their side, so that's pretty big. I've probably missed a fight, haven't I? No? Wow, I'm surprised. I'm usually a lot worse at this. See, this is actually one of the big things for Germania here, is they have a really long retreat distance. So all this progress they've made here, that one lost fight has pretty much reset that. So they might have a tough time here. We're going to have a fight going down here with Bactria against Norway. Bactria has better discipline but worse morale, and it appears to be that that's a better combo. That, and it was a Highland fort by the looks, yes. So it was terrain penalty for them there. And with these armies split up like this, they could start taking out some stacks quite effectively here. It's the zone of control, like, no, there's not that much carpet sieging potential. There's a fair bit. This sort of area here could just be sieged down, but other than that, nothing that big. Sassanids has got relatively small manpower pool left. Pontus has got tons. Have they been? Yeah, they've got some professionalism to tap into. Sassanids are fully out in that context, but they're mostly on mercenaries anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. But it certainly will start to become an issue if they lose fights and the cannons start to get taken down, because you really don't want to have to run mercenary cannons. Ulm, similar situation, but they've got a lot more manpower. Pharaohs are fully out, not enough professionalism. Running a lot of mercs, fair few janissaries, and yes, they're having to actually run mercenary artillery here because of the lack of manpower. And they don't even have a nobility estate to get one tick worth of manpower there. Another white peace offer there for Germania. He is out of manpower. He's got no professionalism to tap, and he's already taken manpower from the nobility, so I think he'll be on full mercs by now. Oh no, he's on regular infantry. Oh dear. He'll have to be switching over to mercs relatively soon if he wants to continue this. So he's got 15 units of mercenary artillery. That's gotta be costing him. And we're about to have a clusterfuck of fights right here. Exactly what's going to happen, who's attacking who, I don't know. So we got this one here, Ulm against Sassanids, and then a reinforcing stack that's going to get sniped off here. They are taking a terrain penalty, and it's not going too well for them, but they do have the artillery and the discipline, and with those well-timed reinforcements, I think they should be in a strong position to potentially take that fight. They are beating the reinforcing stack here, and yeah, that's that. Managed to win both fights, good decision there. Are they going to consolidate these troops on the way in? Not by the looks. That could have been a mistake, because they're now taking 2 terrain penalties. Admittedly, it's a tiny stack comparatively, but it can still cause them a lot of casualties. But nah, retreat out. Probably the good decision there. And that is probably going to be quite the concern for the Sassanids, because they are going to have problems now that you've got Pharaohs, Ulm and Zanzibar over here. Might have some Ponton forces there as well. Yes. Where are they? Oh no, they are up in Soviet Empire, sieging them out. Right. And dealing with the navy there. RV is about to get 2 forts here. This might just be a opportunistic thing, but they do have a fair disadvantage in terms of numbers of forces, so it could be interesting to see how that plays out when with this war as well. Because if this one ends relatively soon, Novi might find itself in a bit of a pickle, because they are kind of outnumbered, and if Sassanids doesn't have to deal with this front over here, it could cause them problems. Germania is still in this war, but I don't think is going to try and siege anything. I think it's just here to pad out war score, by the looks of it. Which means Sassanids and Bactria are not going to be having a very fun time, because the full weight of this alliance might be now bearing down on them. Yeah, I think that's all that's really going on right now. So let's take a look at the Great Powers list while we're here. So Novian first up at 1400. I'll, of course, start talking about something. Fight time. We have got Ulm going in on the Sassanids, dry lands. Don't think there's a terrain penalty. This might be nasty. Relatively even on discipline and morale. Ulm is getting a bit of hit out there, but good rolls. They've got the edge just about with artillery, only just. And I think they might just win this from. Yeah, they've got. There's what, 50,000 reinforcements there, another 50,000 for upon the Ulm side here, another 10, 30. Yeah, I don't think there's really a way they're going to be able to win fights on level terrain here, just from number discrepancy alone. But they are definitely making the alliance pay for every inch of land again. And yeah, that's it. They don't even have a back row anymore, so they're going to start to bleed out. Novi's sieging out here. I think actually this is going to start hurting the victory card that I believe is up here. Yeah, that's going to keep that score ticking down. It's not that big right now, of course, because it's not near the end of the game. As long as they can get the victory card controlled again by the end, that should be fine. But if Novi can just, even a single province will cause that score to all eventually tick away. I'm so surprised this little Tabriz nation in the middle is still alive, because those are some nice mountains that you can put a couple of forts down on, but these Sassanids has probably already got enough mountains. Yeah, Germania is still in this, but they're not really doing anything. Yeah, they are just staying in for the war score by the looks. Might want to be careful though, because if they do end up staying until the bitter end and this war goes down as a loss, it will affect their military rank for score purposes. Which, I mean, it's minor, but it might end up making all the difference. Oh, another fight going down up here. Highlands Fort. Bactria and Sassanids are going in for against Novi. Oh dear. I mean, they kind of have it, but oh no, they maybe it's close. Oh my god, that morale! That is insanely big. 6.8 morale to Sassanids, little 4.45. Okay, somebody's disconnected. Of course. Oh no, Sassanids. Sassanids is disconnected. This might be a pause time. So I guess. What was I talking about earlier? I was definitely talking about something. Yeah, the Great Powers list. There we go. He's coming back, so we can just chat shit for a while. So yeah, Novi, #1 great power, to be expected. It's got a lot of development. Individual provinces aren't that high developed, but it's just got such a ridiculous space to work with. Although I suspect they might be struggling dates wise, no. I was expecting them to be maybe having issues with territory and state limit, but no. After that, Cube is a second great power because he's down here in Malaysia. Malaysia? Yeah, kinda. And Indonesia. He's probably making absolute bank, isn't he, because of Malaya? Sorry, Malacca. Yeah, 76 ducats from trade, 180 in total. Big positive. He could technically join one of these wars quite now. But yeah, he's just sat around. He's got his nice little corner, making a ton of money. Slowly working his way through into the India. There we go. That's the word for it, right? Yeah, so he's having a nice old time. Not really got that many people to worry about. He's got a couple of player borders, but I mean, really, who's gonna pick that sort of fight unless you've got allies? Because if either of these two tried to attack him, then there's a lot more players around that would maybe want to dive in on that. Oh yeah, Northern China has protection for this session, so he won't be being attacked because he couldn't make it. But yeah, all that jungle terrain as well, that would be hellish for attrition. The supply there is disgustingly bad. After that we got Ulm. No surprise really, got a massive bit of coast, lots of land. It's probably let's check his income out. Yeah, he's making 183. Is it all in Zanzibar? Yeah, 50 ducats there with decent enough trade efficiency. He's getting 70 out of that alone. Yeah, Malacca's only at about 40, and there's still a fair bit actually leaving Malacca, which is quite impressive really, because he could have a lot of trade power. He's not really got any level 3s in there, so that will interfere with that. And it's leaving up to Bengal, which is where Bangladesh will be. What else can we look at while waiting for this? Yeah, a lot goes in Gulf of Aden. The vast majority just goes straight out. In fact, pretty much all of it does. There's some of the nations steering as well. I think the next on the list was Germania. Yeah, Germania. Doesn't look big, but it's deceptive because those are really high dev provinces, and I know Germania has been deving a lot of them up to 20, which is why he's got such a ridiculous amount for only Northern Germany. I say only Northern Germany, it's still pretty big. Right, back over here then. Let's see. Yeah, his forces are still retreating, so quickly got time to look at the next couple, so let's just take a look at Germania and Iceland. Germania is making a fair bit, a decent amount of trade, I suspect, yeah, with Lubeck. And Iceland hidden away in this corner here, barely even visible because the sea is the same colour as him. Has a couple of decent colonies going here, both of which are there big enough to get merchants for, I think. Yeah. Oh. Do we have one here? Not yet. So this will be a colonial nation soon. That'll get him another merchant. Who just disconnected? It's New Wales. Vassal of Q. Oh, is this gonna... No, it's not a fight, that's just slaughter. I do hate these wasteland bits though, it's really easy to accidentally control click on them and then lose vision of everything you're wanting. Where are these retreating to? Oh dear. Battery line to the first. Why are these guys? Oh, Bactria isn't in that war. He's pieced out of it. Oh dear. I was wondering why. They looked like they're both hostile on this. We got Assassinates down here, about to lose decent size. Well, I mean 7,000 men, but when this is your army, I suppose 52,000 there, but it does hurt. But yeah, it looks like he's going to be having troubles. I mean, he's getting no help from Germania because they're out of manpower. They don't have mercs, so I think he's probably realised that there's not really much he can gain from actually coming down here, taking a fight, losing a bunch of men, and then at the end of it, the peace deal, not getting things, because it's all out of his range. Although Bactria has stayed in against Novi, which is the sensible decision, I would say, because if they can manage to get out of the war with this big alliance block now, I don't even know how this one started, so maybe I'm being a bit... Whoa! Nearly clicked the exit to menu button there, that would have made everything so much nicer. Yeah, but this big block that they're up against, if they can get out of that war, then they might stand a chance to repel or gain something from this Russian attack on them. Although interestingly, if they get full sieged, it will still, because it's two separate wars, that will, I think, prevent them getting 100% war score, so they'd only be able to push through probably about a 40% war score peace deal using stab hits. What else do we have? Nice. Well, we'll take a look at China once we get blue back in. Unless there's a fight going down. There'll probably be a fight going down. It's how it works, isn't it? You look away for a second and then bam! Massive battle. So, Fabulous. What is chilling down in here? He's got a relatively small army, to be fair. Although his income is quite small considering how big his country looks. But I suspect that's probably from having a bunch of quite low dev provinces. I don't think he's got the nicest of trade nodes either. So the only thing that flows into it is Larsa. So he's not really got the economy to support much of an army. Oh, he's just upped his maintenance though, so I'll keep an eye on that. There could be a war going down there. Let's just quickly check over there. Oh, it might be a fight soon. Okay, he's moving up here. I think he might. Yeah, he wants to take a fight on that mountain there. Probably. I don't know. One of the two. I'm just trying to work out which of the two he'd rather go for. He's murking up as well from that noise. Reached its force limit for mercs, and I think he's going to wait on them before going. Oh, Bactria has pieced out of both wars. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. He might end up unconditionally surrendering at some point, because this is going to be a pain for him. Because even if he gets rid of the alliance war, let's call it that. What's this peace offer from Zanzibar? 2,500 ducats. Nah, I don't think he'll be accepting that one. Yeah, he's not got any war score either. So yeah, that's how that's going there. Oh yes, we do have a fight going down this mountain. But so as I was saying is, even if he manages to piece out of that, he's still going to have to deal with Novi, who's... let's look at this. Relatively even. The morale is actually on the Sassanids' side by a fair bit here. Although that doesn't take into account whatever troops are going to end up turning up next. Yeah, I think... Oh, yeah, numbers here. I'm just going to seal the deal. There's only so much your mountain fort can do. And now you've got these few mercs locked in here that are not going to have a good time, shall we say. That's an 85% siege. Yeah, that's definitely falling this time. But yeah, this could feasibly be either it could break them permanently. Although it could also just set them back. But I think if they're going to end up losing, what sort of things could Pontus do to them? How many sort of provinces could we end up getting dropped from him? It's quite a bit. He could be looking at Sassanids losing most of Mesopotamia, which is a big deal, because that is where a lot of his death will be, and it's upstream. But what's happening here? Is it just small stacks? Oh, is he going to get caught? No. But yeah, Sassanids has definitely lost this, unless we have some rogue interference. I don't think Germania's going to be supporting. Yeah, he's just finishing off some of the remaining AI next to him. So in terms of player map mode, this is what it looks like. Most of the AI is now gone. We've still got a lingering amount in Siberia and China, but things like Europe, for example, are just pretty much mopped up now. It's just little areas within that need to be finished off, which I have no doubt will be done in the next couple of sessions. So Sassanids is getting a decent sized force together here. I suspect he's probably going to try and intercept this 31,000 stack of Pontus troops down here. That's almost protected by the fort, but I think he's probably hoping he can win the fight before the rest of the army start making it here. And yeah, Pontus is going to go stand on this mountain, I think. In fact, there's pretty much anywhere other than here. And they might have a big numbers advantage, but I doubt they'd be able to finish the fight, especially against a mountain, before the rest of the forces turn up, although they aren't moving down. What's his loan situation at? So he's now only down to maximum of 30 loans available from his initial 77. So he could actually... He's got 16 of them as well. There's probably a fairly realistic chance of bankruptcy here, unless he gets a very well timed unconditional surrender off. Oh, going for a fight here. Another mountain fort. It's got a fair few troops, but I think there's just going to be too much converging on this, especially with a 3-star general. 6 shock, 4 fire. Yeah, it's going to have the fire advantage, so that in the fire phase will offset the terrain penalty. Although the rolls, we've got a bunch of 9s coming out here. Have we just had 3 9s on the bounce here for the Sassanids? There's the one. But no, those rolls are really strong. And the reinforcements were not able to get there in time, so that is a fight that has been won. Although, I think realistically it's still going to end up being a loss. And I wonder if Germania's just sat here to make sure that the peace deal that gets forced through is not going to be that bad. Right, let's just wipe this crap. So what sort of how much war score could he get? As it stands, he could only get maybe 5 provinces, so it might not be as bad as it seems. What could it all take off of this? Yeah, he might end up only losing a couple of provinces to each belligerent in this war, so it's probably not actually going to be as close to death as it could have been. I mean, he's always going to be a useful ally because a bunch of mountain forts, nobody wants to have to go through that. He's probably still got a chance after this. Anybody else in a war? Well, play a war. No? Right. The stacks are still there. Let's quickly check in on. Let's see what Jumeng's doing. Got a relatively good income considering the number of long wars he's been in. His tech is about alright, although the institution. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's not got to China yet, although it is getting there. But most of the players have managed to get hold of that, so that's not really going to be an issue. Global trade won't be around for another 22 years, so no tech penalties realistically right now. Yeah. Sassanids and Bactria still don't have it. Oh, that's a point. What tech was Sassanids on? He does have Miltech 15. That could be quite big right now. Does he? Does. I'm just reading things very badly here. Okay, but it's now been taken by a lot of people. Oh shit, yeah. I'm just being an idiot. I was thinking, why isn't there any new units? But so, Novi's gone and cut off all the Astrakhan area. What's that? I don't. You might have been able to take that one a bit longer. I don't know. So there goes his victory card to the Astrakhan region. State. Oh, Cube is in a player war. Right. Okay. What's going down here? We have Cube against Fabulous, who has been joined by the Kingdom of Tanjore and the Indian Phalanx. Anybody else? Oh, and Ulm. Bloody hell. And Bangladesh and Jumeng haven't joined. Haven't they? No, they haven't joined. So this is... Tech-wise, yeah, they're all on Miltech 14. So that shouldn't be a big deal, as Fabulous's army is here, it hasn't been beaten out. Bangladesh isn't in the war, is he? No. He's an ally of Cube, but I don't... Has he been called? I don't know. Probably not. So if they've been talking, then I think because he's on low maintenance, nothing's happening there. Indian phalanx, they're drilling, so I'm not sure they're looking to get involved in this. And Tanjore is stood still, so I doubt there's really going to be anything going down there. Ulm is, I think here he's looking to trap the Sassanids. Yep, because if that fort falls, I don't think they'll be able to retreat. This is not looking pretty. He's going to consolidate, go before going in. Nope. And he's outnumbered 4-1. He doesn't have that much anywhere. Does have 25% infantry combat ability, which is nice, but there's only so much infantry combat ability can do when you're facing a foe that outnumbers you by such a massive margin, and you've managed to back yourself into a situation where you have to take a fight on a coastal desert. Yeah, he's lost that one. Where's he heading now? Ooh, the Pharaoh's stack in front. This might not look good for his armies there. Anything else to keep an eye on there? Nope. Oh dear, just missed it. Cube appears to have gone and kicked the shit out of Fabulous's army, which is to be expected considering he's bringing about 100,000 people into a fight, and poor little Fabulous has got, is it 20,000? About 30. And his allies do not look like they are going to do anything about it, unfortunately for him. Although I suspect if Bangladesh did get called in, they would join. Yeah, Sassanids were caught here, but they weren't wiped. Although they very well could be here. Is this a country that's, yeah, it's being attacked by Ulm? I think, did they split off? No, they'd just been attacked by Ulm in the middle of this nice big war. And is this going to be the end of that army, or do we have another retreat left in it? Do have another one left in it. And where are they going? All the way up to the Caspian Sea. They're running at low war score. And Germania has pieced out of that. Yeah. So, he is eventually, it might take a long time, but he can go and be 100%ed, which is where the real damage is going to get done. Cube is just beating up Fabulous. In the Germanic Crusade against Fabulous. Oh dear. So who's just declared? I think Germain has declared his own war. All the allies have joined that one though. Tanjore is moving guys to the bottom. Is he going to do anything with that? Probably not, he's not got control of the sea. So, yeah, Indian phalanx might do something, I don't know. Got Fabulous going in against Cube here. Into Highlands with a potential crossing penalty. That's questionable, although it is a small stack they're going against, but can they beat it in time is the question. Ooh, those are not nice rolls to try and beat that with. Especially with the rest of the Cube forces now turning up. Although they've got some really good rolls after that. Pardon me. But yeah, wasn't really going to be able to do much there. And with Germain coming in from this side, I think poor Fabulous might not have a very good time of it. Yeah, Indian Phalanx has gone back to drilling. I think they're only really here to avoid the penalties for declining the call to arms. I suspect Bangladesh is actually not giving military access either, which will be the big deal breaker here, because without that, Indian Phalanx and Tanjore have to go, I think, probably all the way round through Guj here and then round the north Fabulous, and it works, but the amount of attrition that you'd be taking as you go up that is not nice. Sassanids are, I think they're sort of technically making gains because a lot of their enemies might be piecing out. Yeah, Pharaohs has pieced out of this, as well as Zanzibar, so it's not going to save them, but it might delay their death a while. With Pharaohs in any other war? No. I was wondering if they'd picked a target to go and look at. Oh dear, that looks like an unconditional. Yeah, unconditional surrender. I could have waited a bit. You'd have kept because we two allies in the war. It would have definitely given them problems. So they wouldn't have been able to actually get enough war score to do massive damage. Although I think realistically Fabulous, even if he doesn't get too hard done on this peace deal, he's in the middle of quite a few people that hate him, or at least want his land, and is not the land that he has himself is not enough to support doing well. Hence the not very good income that he's got. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what Germain did last session, but I suspect he's probably backstabbing of some sort. Right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 8 provinces just taken there? 3, 4, 5. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 provinces there. He's disconnected. Okay, that looks to be it for Fabulous then. Let's go back and take a look at Sassanids. What's Ulm doing down here? Sieging out this AI. So, what's going here? Oh, they're taking out Tabriz. Do Tabriz have any cores? Oh, they do. They do. So I wonder if Ulm, this one, right? Yeah, Pontus is in. Oh no, Tabriz is just out. And yeah, Tabriz is now a vassal of Pontus. So I think what Pontus will aim to do is at some point make a play for those cores, because it's what, 6 provinces that you wouldn't have to spend anything on. You get the nice good CB for it as well. So it's almost like free land. And then I think they'll go back and finish the job on Sassanids. But now they don't have their big allies in, well, 2 of their allies, they could find themselves in a bad situation. With the split out stacks as they are, Sassanids could go and find a couple of places to take a fight. Although that's mountains there, so I don't really think they'll go there. Oh no, he is relying on numbers here, and I think he's got a quality advantage over Pontus. Oh no, yeah, he's got 10 dis on him, but Pontus has a bit of morale. Doesn't seem to be helping Pontus though, and with 17,000 reinforcements coming in, I think the Sassanids will take this fight. Yep. And a few more reinforcements being built. There's a rogue stack up there that's, I think if they went in on that, no, they would be, I don't know how the attacker would work on that, but yeah, there's definitely potential, not necessarily for a comeback, but definitely make them bleed. Who else do we have? Indian Phalanx doing something. No, it's Tanjore. Fapius is, I think, now AI, so they don't really want to invest too much in him. And Jermaine, I reckon is going to be able to get a bit of land out of this. Got a couple of cores there, and by couple I mean 1. It's a crusade. What sort of things can you get out of this? Yeah, I can get a decent chunk of land. What is that? 104 dev, I think, because overextension. I reckon it'll be something like that. A decent amount. We are having a fight down here on the mountain fort, but oh no, it does take. Oh, the Pontus takes the terrain penalty. I was wondering what was happening with being rebelled, but I think he's not managed to sync his guys up properly, so he's been taking a fair bit of flanking for this time. But now he's managed to fill the entire front row. He's going to be making short work of this. Well, the casualties difference. I think he just took 2 casualties in one of those. But yeah, I shouldn't have counted him out quite as early. Especially because there's always the potential that Ulm decides, you know what, I've had enough of this. Which if they do, they could separate peace out. What sort of peace would that be? They're being offered a white peace, but I suspect they won't take that. Well, the Ulm themselves don't have enough war score to force anything through. Anyone else joined? No. I think this is the only big war that we have at the moment then, so. Alright, who haven't we looked at today? Go on, let's take a look at Blep here. What is going on with Blep? He's finally sorted out the border gore that was up here, which is good. How big is Nippon? Nippon is average. It's nothing too special, but he's got a fair bit there. He's got his reforms going. Big problems with the institution. I think he's just been knowledge shared, but that really will be annoying for him to deal with. Income wise, nothing that much. Army wise is not the best, but those boats, that he will have. Probably quite disgusting. Wonder if he's going to try and go colonial. Right, who else? We haven't looked at Coolant. Coolant's all just chilling. Oh yeah, he is actually the Holy Roman Emperor, and Germania has been pulled out of it. I don't know, kind of cool. He's got defensive, economic, trade. Ooh, trade and quantity. There's some decent policy there. But I wonder if he does get brought into a fight, the lack of mill idea group's going to be a problem. His morale's there, but his discipline is not the highest. Gone Protestant and is currently on a peacetime setup for that. He's got a decent sized army. He's got some interesting cost reduction ideas here. Better than Prussia. High dev capital. He's got a decent set there. If he's got high dev capital, how high dev is it? It's 44. That's not bad. But I think if we just excuse my inability to navigate menus, we've got 44 there. 40 nestled there. 44 there. A couple of decent ones there. And then I think got Fei Plus at 46, and then we have Nanking over here with Jubang at 53. I think those are the biggest I can see. So his claim about being known for having the highest dev capital, it's not necessarily true. He needs to invest in that. Right, what's going down back here? Oh, rebels. Oh, he doesn't want to have the rebels start enforcing, because that's going to bring him a lot closer. It's going to bring down his loans. He can now up to 47. It's nice to get a bit of income back, but we'll really start hammering him there. That, and people can very quickly start looking at that and going, oh, free territory. Which you might be able to see Bactria has a claim right here, which is actually it's not got separatists there, but I don't think it even can get separatists, can it? No, of course it can't. I'm just talking about it. I'm talking out my arse again. Yay. But if people have claims on those separatists when they fire, it's very easy to just go in before anyone can guarantee independence and just take the land. Oh shit, I'm missing a fight! Yeah, Sassanids getting dispersed by Pontus, taking 3 terrain penalty. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. And where are they? Oh no, Pontus. Pontus lost that. Oh, I was looking at the wrong side again. I've not learnt the flags. But yeah, no, Sassanids are doing a very good job of sneaking their way back into this game. And definitely respect for staying in it, keeping the fight going, and not just quitting out or anything. Which I've probably just ruined my audio by moving my headset. Right, so I think, because Germania this session was a sub, so I think he might be leaving now, so let's quickly check over. I think it was Carthusian Order is one of the people we haven't seen this session, keeping himself to himself in this corner here. What's his economy looking like? Nothing too big. Where's he? Yeah, he's collecting here in Sevilla, but a lot of it is getting dragged forward to Genoa. And whose fault is that? It's a combination of Francia and Pharaohs. Right. And I think he's colonising Brazil here. He's going to have competition from Iceland there, but are they allied? Yeah, I think they're allied, so that won't really be an issue. Just waiting for normal Germania player to hop back in. And I think that's the first drilling that has been done by those armies. I wonder how quickly that'll just stop happening. Because I know that the Germania player is, I think, is of the school of thought that if you go with lower the maintenance of the army rather than go for the professionalism, because the bonuses you get from professionalism are nice, but it's not necessarily worth the cost of it when you could be using that money to do an awful lot of other things. But I think that's something that's like personal preference between a lot of people. What's that? I think that's there. Oh great, let's change countries. Yeah. So yeah, back to Carthusian Order. He's got expansion. Ooh. Not even exploration. I do like that. It's close enough, doesn't need to take exploration. And expansion gets you that extra colonist over exploration, and I think depending on the other idea groups you take, so for example I think if he takes quantity you'll get a decent few settlers with that one. Okay, right. So yeah, the Soviet player was subbing in for Germania, so there was a sub for the Soviet player, but now the Germania player's here. The player that was subbing him is going back into the Soviets. Yeah. And Iggy's complaining that the Soviets are irrelevant, but he is Zanzibar. And then we'll take a look at these three here. I think I've not focused on at all. And Andor. Haven't really looked at him. We saw him getting sieged out, but didn't say anything more than just that. So Francia's got a few ideas done. He's going to take the next tech there. Wonder if he's waiting for someone to get the next one. I don't know. Wonder what he takes for his fourth idea group. Got an alright economy going. I think he's got a nice big potential manpower pool, but he just got kind of smashed to bits by Germania, so he did definitely need to recover from that. And Iceland has taken out Normandy. Anything else to look at here? I don't think so. Got some Hindu zealots there in Leonay. You know, perfect timing. Nice command all use requesting second Egyptian conquest. The Egyptians are going to be attacking Andor, if I read that right. Yes. Okay, Hochland has joined in on their side. Is anyone going to be joining in on the side of the Egyptians? That is the question. Do we have any fights going down here? Not yet. I don't think either of them have mobilised yet. So, let's take a look at... So Andor is Hindu, he's gone with quality trade, quality economic quantity trade. Nice choices, he's got a few nice policies there. He still doesn't have printing press, which is interesting for the area, but I think he's still up to date on all his tech. Got combat abilities, decent discipline, reasonable morale, but nothing special in comparison to slightly worse discipline, but quite a bit better morale, I think. Yeah, like that's 1 extra morale for only 5 more discipline, and there's only 10% and 7.5% between the two of them. Numbers wise, Egyptians have quite a big advantage here, so I think what's going to have to happen is Andor are going to wait until we start getting into the mountain forts, wood forts, all the other useful ones that are about here, because right now it's just farmlands, and you don't really want to be taking your farmlands fights when you have such a numbers disadvantage, right? So your mountains are your big evener, but it looks like in the previous war it lost Tyrol, which is quite unfortunate because that's a big money maker. You can see that his income is not the best, and he's currently on, even then he's still on negative income with the army he's having to raise. But can we see? Yeah, Tyrol would have made him an extra 3 ducats, which naturally I think it would be more because of course we got the autonomy here, but yeah, it would make him probably an extra 3 to 4 ducats, which is not much, but when your economy is only 40 ducats total, it's a 10% increase, which would be big relatively. Is Hochland popping over? Hochland is mobilising. I wonder if Hochland has the required military access to get over here. Oh, I wouldn't stand on Memmingen. Oh no, because if I think they'd be able to walk straight through onto that and take you while you're on farmlands. Probably good shout to do it now, maybe. So instead he's going there, or to Augsburg, which I think no, he's not even going to pick off a stack doing that. And with the Hochland troops coming in, this could lead to something interesting, because I'm pretty sure Hochland has got some very good troops. So we are going to probably look to have a fight. He's got 125% discipline, 3.9 morale. Oh dear. That is potentially a concern. He's got his landfire damage, 20% of that. He's got a lot of good things there, but even with 20% from tradition, he's still only at 3.9 morale. Because he doesn't have Tech 15. Tech 15 is huge. But I think when he gets that, he will be a force to be reckoned with. Going in for a fight. And there don't seem to be... There are a few Pharaoh's reinforcements. Hochland and Andor do have the terrain penalty. They've still got numbers advantage, but I'm not sure that's necessarily going to carry them through. I don't know, it looks like it will. Yeah, with a few more reinforcements from the little stacks as well, definitely. Yeah. I think Pharaoh's just was caught with a few too many troops out of position, and it looks like they're gonna have that stack hit as well. 18k, I think. Yeah. That's not good. Although they are taking a 3 terrain penalty on that, so it will be of note. Bactria, Bangladesh, and Land of the Pharaohs. Oh, we're getting more going in. Another 13k going in. If he can keep reinforcing into it, nah, it's just going to end up hurting him more. Oh, did they retreated out? Right. I think they were maybe a bit nervous of incoming reinforcements. Yeah, probably didn't want to get trapped on the mountain fort. That makes sense. So Pharaohs is there. Bangladesh, that's the one to look at. Bangladesh and Bactria are trying to take out the Indian phalanx, I think? Indian conquest. Okay. Oh, so India are the ones doing the conquering. Right? Take the Wab. Yeah, okay. So yeah, India are the aggressors in this one. And it's against Bactria. The Bactrian side does have an advantage in number of troops, but they are split pretty much in half by the positioning of Tanjore and Phalanx, so it's unlikely they're ever going to be able to link up to get a proper fight going, which will cause them trouble. Although they might be able to get access round the back here, but that will take a while and will give them attrition. Bactrian armies are still mobilising. What's happening over here? Is there going to be a fight? To roll, maybe? I wonder if he's wanting to go in on Hochland there. Hochland does now have Tech 15 though, so his morale is actually now fantastic, which I think means that these fights are not going to be simple. They just look to be posturing for the moment. Let's go back and look here. Yes, perfect timing. A fight on the mountains. Big Bactrian numbers here. The Phalanx going to be able to send their guys in time. Because Bactria is already locked and Phalanx has not even started moving. This might end up being quite bad for the Phalanx if they don't speed up. They're not even... still not moving. What is the game paused? Fabius is AI dead. Is AI or brain dead? Oh, is Fabius not? Okay. I'm gonna have a rehost, I suspect, because the AI isn't on. Which means it doesn't accept peace. Let's quickly see while this is paused if there's anything going down here. No, it's still just posturing. Right. It is a shame about that actually, because in that time frame, Phalanx has noticed this, so what could have been a complete disaster here might actually not be as bad as it could have been. Because every day that went by where they didn't start moving was going to always be a day of more dead. And that's what we like here. We like as many dead as possible. Speaking of which, let's take a look at army losses. Okay, quickly pause that.